Hello, Randy Rain here, and I am going to tackle, finally, the Daring Driver. I've been saying I was going to since I did the Cosmic Clash, and since I did the Cosmic Clash, I know what I'm in for, so I've been really reluctant to jump into this. It looks so good on the outside. Everything is in such good shape, but it does not work at all. This doesn't even shift properly. It's not looking good inside, so I need to get in there and fix it. But I just hate to, because you have to destroy these decals. That's all there is to it. I don't know of any other way to do it other than just destroying them and putting new ones on there. So here we go. Daring Driver. On the other one of these, I remember having to literally scrape all of this off because it was just glued down with something, and heat wasn't doing it, or any kind of chemical wasn't hardly breaking it. But this seems a little different, but there's still no way. It's so thick, and any kind of bend whatsoever, you've run your graphics already. I don't see how this can come up without, yeah, I can see it gets down to that. Yeah. So that is one option there, is if you're okay with a cut, then you can actually if you're okay with that, more power to you. Okay, I was not ready for that. What the hell? That is not how I thought it worked at all. Oh my god, that is even more genius. That's crazy. Huh. Wow, I had no idea I was looking into a one-way mirror onto another mirror and bouncing back and forth to get to infinity. And it was just those, that's crazy. Unbelievable. Okay, so there's screws. This has to come out some way. Little movement. Okay. There still seems to be something holding on right through here. I don't see a way to get to anything. I still can't really get down in there. That can't be right. I found the screw. It's right underneath here. So this is just a thin decal, so maybe a hairdryer will work here. all that to get right here. And okay, it appears that only this one and this one and the one on the front was all that needed to get to pull the unit out. So all the other ones I took out, I put back. And I think the next thing to do is to take this section off here. I have no idea. Aha. Alright, so now maybe it's these screws here on the side. The ones that are different. Okay, this mirror comes out. I think I found a screw. It still doesn't get me anywhere. What the hell? How does this thing come off of here? There is a tab right here. I don't know if that's the only thing that's keeping me from coming up or not. No, there's still something there somewhere holding that down. And I can't find it. Okay, I actually think... yeah. It actually snaps into place. Yeah. It snaps. That's why I couldn't get the damn thing to find the other screw. Or it's not another screw. It's... oh, jeez. I think I need to start with the gearbox. This is the... as this thing spins, it makes this move back and forth, which is what moves the little LEDs. This moves this gear back and forth. That's the transmission. There's different speeds. I think I can leave this on. Must be more screws under here. Yep. Ah, there's a screw under here as well. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I really don't know what's going on here, but I can see a lot of typical things. Take the motor out here. This gear. This is one of those little gears that has the satellites on there, so it's either spinning like this or it's turning. Over here is another one of those little gears with the satellite gear. I can see little bumps and stuff on this here. It's raising and lowering this, changing, which changes that little satellite gear. There's another one, something here going under here. It's actually not split, but I'm going to change it anyway. Well, it didn't take much to crack that gear. It was on its way. I'm going to go ahead and change out these as well. There's also this gear. This is a 12-tooth gear. And it's okay, but it's looking a little rough. And I have 12-tooth gear. So this can go back now. I just noticed that this bundle of wires here is going nothing more than to switches over here. Okay, I'm going to put some power to this. I think it's only 1.5 volts going to it. I think the D's are in parallel, so pretty sure. Okay, maybe it is 3 volts, but I'm going to test it here. I found the clunking sound. This right here is the gear shifting mechanism, and it's a square rod. And so this can slide, but also turn so it doesn't rotate on the shaft, but it can slide. This is supposed to be permanently fixed, but this is split. And the bore is a square shaft. Now I have that gear. It's a 14-tooth gear, but has that extra piece here, and it's a little skinnier. So I could either copy this one, make a mold of it, or try to make one. Check it out, I found a little pulley that I had. Fit perfectly. So 14-tooth gear with a little pulley. Well, it's a little loud and rough, but it's working. Got it up to 3 volts here. Okay, so on this side, that little satellite gear is switching in between these gears over here, which, depending on which one it is, it's going to be different direction and speed. I think there's one that's different size there. That's how this goes back and forth like that as this changes, and that changes by that programming wheel down below. Over here, this gear gets turned off and on by that lever on this side here. And then this over here must be the crash, and it's going to get activated by one of these here. One activates it and one resets it. I can tell you that much. I don't know which one does which yet, but Go ahead and get this back together. Well, once again, TOMY has another fascinating little piece of machinery here. Alright, so it's working. If I put some power to it, I can switch between the gears. And you'll see this thing moving back and forth. And that gear down there actually turns this square bar here that makes these gears turn and makes these move in and out. So that's what that gear does down here. This is the actual crashing, and then this is the reset. Okay, so now it's time to move on to this thing. There's 2 gears down here. Now I think this is the one that vibrates the steering wheel when you wreck. So when this gear turns on down here, it turns this and that vibrates. I think the other one is the scoring. Alright, let's go inside. And this is the crashing, I'm sure. And separate. The drive comes in to here, and then this gear is turning down here, and this is flashing a light, I guess. Yeah, it's flashing the light for the explosion, so it's constantly pushing down and hitting that switch right there. But it also continues over to here, to these gears that looks like it goes to the counter. This gear is all turning, so it's turning this, and this is turning. And then when something pushes this up, and now it engages here, and it engages to this black one, which now turns this. This turns this gear here, which makes the explosion little thing go back and forth. You can see the little arm right there, the lights right here. And it's also making this bump right here. This spins and pushes up on the steering wheel, so it feels like it's rough road. But then when this is down right here and not connecting, it's not connecting here, so that's only this is spinning to here. This doesn't do anything. And then this gear right here is not attached to the shaft. It spins on the shaft. So when you turn the steering wheel, it turns this one, which turns this gear. And that gear is what moves the car back and forth. Now this gear has a little protection clutch thing on it, so if you oversteer, it just stops right there. And that's what I'm having issue with, because my car is all gummed up right here. So if I try to, it's really hard to push it back and forth, especially by doing it on this gear here. So I can push it. There, so it's stopping right there, which makes it just brake on that little clutch. That's what's wrong with the steering. So technically I can put this back. It works, but it gets gummed up and then it stops. It just spins. Try a little 3-in-1 oil here. So the battery compartment has 2 D batteries and 2 AA batteries, and both of them are in series, the Ds and the A's. The Ds are in a series and the AA's are in a series. And both of the positives from the 2 AA's and from the 2 D's all come together as one positive, and then the negative is split between the two. And it looks like the D's are going to the motor. Then the AA's, I'm pretty sure, are going to the LEDs only. Maybe the lights too, I'm not sure. But to make it easy, I'm undoing this because I want to clean these battery terminals. I'm going to use some of this. So back here, this white is the positive from both sets of batteries. The positive comes into here, comes into this little piece of copper, and this is a switch, and it goes with this. If you set it like that to turn it off, you push this and it separates right here. So that turns the power on and off right here. It's also positive is coming up to here. And this is constantly being turned off and on. This is the flashing of a light. And then down here, this is the flashing of the LEDs. And I guess it's time to attach this back. I sure hate to do this and not have it completely correct, but I can't tell any other way other than seeing. So here's the shifting. It's set in. I'll move it to here. That's 3rd speed, so that would be down. Click just like that. So I'm pretty sure I got it going. And the way this works is the little pieces that move back and forth right here by the spinning of this square shaft, those hold the LEDs, and that will make the road kind of get shrinking, I guess, and getting wider. And then as it moves back and forth, that makes the turns. And there's little wedges here, so anytime those things get pushed by the car, meaning the car is pushing up against those, that means you'd be out of bounds. It levers and pushes that back flap down, which is what activates the crash. Okay, I can go ahead and solder everything back. Now then, these guys, these little LEDs, they track on here. And you gotta get these into place. Okay, that's tricky. And you got to get that mirror down there correct too. But once you get those LEDs into place, And these don't actually tighten down the piece. They will swivel underneath. This just stops them from coming out. Now the mirror. There's at least 3 different types of screws in here that I found, but not too hard to keep up with. Okay, there's the machine. So you're looking in and seeing the reflection. And so you would put that 0. I was able to get this off with mineral spirits without it ruining much. So maybe you can use mineral spirits to get this off without it pouring down into the machine. I don't know. But I've got mine clean. And now this can get put into place. There, geez. Alright, so I've recreated my graphics here on some nice, good, thick paper. Now I'm going to use packing tape. I also have my side panels, and the first thing I want to do is just cut it in half. There, that'll work. And now I have this adhesive laminate, and it's like from Duct Tape brand. So there it is, the TOMY Daring Driver. I'm going to have to say the most clever mechanical game that TOMY came up with. I would have never guessed in a million years that it was an infinity mirror system with a one-way mirror. That blows my mind. I can't believe it. Anyway, you want to check this thing out. Let's have a look at it. Now if you look down on it, you can see more of the car, but if you kind of scoop down and look more horizontal, you can see how far the road goes back. So as far as the game goes with it, it's okay. I don't see any reason why to shift gears. Just put it in third gear, put it on pro, and just see how well you can do. That's about as fun as it's going to get. But as far as cleverness, this is pretty amazing. Anyway, if you like this video, I sure would appreciate a like. If you want to see more like this, you know what to do. Anyway, these are patrons. These are people helping me out so I can fix and show you how this type of stuff works. So please consider supporting. Anyway, thanks for watching.